Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and I appreciate you stopping by. So Call of Duty dropped season 1 today and they made some drastic changes within the game. So I'm gonna share with you everything that I'm using that's been helping my gameplay out. It's been able to have some great games and I just feel a lot more fluent, a lot more accurate. So make sure you stay through the whole video so that way you can get all the settings and you don't miss on anything specific that you're gonna need for this season 1 reloaded. Let me know in the comments if this helps you out, and then drop a like if you can, because this helps the channel out like quite a bit, and I would greatly appreciate that, guys. All right, I don't want to take too much time. Let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so we're going to look into interface first just to get some foundational stuff, make sure that you're using. So I'm not going to go into specifics in this area. This is stuff you should have on from my last video, or most likely you have these settings because a lot of this is like foundational stuff that a lot of people use within PC. Okay, so make sure you have all this done. Filter customization, so that way you can have the best colors possible. I'm using filter 2, both, and 100. Okay. Here, gameplay HUD, mini map bounds, you're gonna want to make this the smallest, and then square, and then when you go down, your crosshair center dot. That's something I did make change on. I was running on and now I'm running center dot. Okay, I'm running larger. Some people like it on the largest. I like the middle one. It feels the best for me. It's totally preference, up to you. Crosshair capacity, you're gonna want this all the way maxed out. Okay, that way your crosshair is very bright. Pick a color here and then max it out on the saturation and max it out on the brightness. You can pick any color you want that's going to be bright and can help you out with your visual on your game. Okay, everything else here is pretty much the same. So that's foundational stuff. Let's go over audio. I don't want to leave anything out. Headphone bass boost is what I'm running. Another thing you're going to want to do is go down, configure frequency intensity on your left and right channel on both. Put these at 250 hertz and 500 hertz. Put those at 50 and 50. Okay, that's going to help with some low ends and help distinguish footsteps just a little bit better. That's something that I've done and it really helped my audio out. Reduce tinnitus sound, make sure that is on. I think that said that right. I don't even know. All right, so that's pretty much for audio. If there's anything here I left out, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to help you guys out. All right, so graphics. Okay, so if you're on PC, you're gonna want to run exclusive. Don't run borderless, it's a little bit choppier and you don't get the best frames. Exclusive is gonna be the way to go. This is the GPU I'm running, and then we go down here. Brightness, don't mess with this. Okay, it's gonna make your game washed out. If anything, just mess with your monitor to adjust your brightness if it's too dark. Everything here is pretty much the same. I didn't really change much there. Quality, there's my quality. There's everything here. You guys can pretty much copy this down, press pause, slow the video down, whatever you need to do to get all of this. And if anything, just drop a comment. Field of view 120 wide. I'm pointing out the main important things. If you notice, affected, flashbang inverted, I have that on, and that's pretty much it for graphics. All right, so controller, this is the biggest one that's changed within Call of Duty. They did make a revamp on their sensitivities and how it works. All right, so as you can see, I'm running default because I don't run any. I have the DualSense and I'm not running any type of on the game like a stick layout preset or a button layout. I don't have to run anything because I can do everything within the DualSense itself. All right, so that's default and default, but this is the biggest change here, and I'm gonna pull something up right here, and this right here is the new thing that they added. If you're not aware of this was in the patch notes today. And so your old values, so if you were playing at 5.5, your new value is 1.4. if you were playing at 6, now your value is 1.6. If you were playing at 7, your value is 1.8, 1.9, so on and so on, right? So I found 1.65 to be very comfortable for me. So if you notice, it's right in between 6 and 7, which I was playing at 7 majority, and sometimes I will bump it up to 8 because 7 felt too slow. So sometimes I'll bump it up. So I tried 7.5 and it felt okay, but ultimately I found 6.5 to feel really, really good for me. Okay, so, and the reason why I have these stacked now the same is because on the DualSense Edge, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it. It's gonna tell you keyboard and switch to mouse keyboard. That's fine. All right, so if you notice on the DualSense Edge, I have the purple precision ring, and so I'm sorry, let me hide this. And 165 and 165. So the purple precision ring limits your rotation all the way around the stick. So no matter which way I go, it's limited to how much I can move, right? So when people are sliding at me, or I'm sliding and I need to go look up and then look down right away, if I have a lower value on my vertical, I was finding out that when I did that, when I had this lower, it was harder to track people as they were sliding, or when I was slide at them, I had to look up to get them to try to hit the headshots in the chest. It was harder for me to get there sooner, and it was because of this was so low. So if you're running a precision ring like I do, I would definitely recommend to put that as even as as the same as your horizontal. Make it the same. Now, if you don't run a precision ring, then definitely have this a little bit lower. Okay, make it a little bit lower, but not drastic. Maybe, you know, by 0.5 or maybe by like that. That's kind of drastic, I would say there. Okay, so but if you are running precision rings, any level, green, black, or purple, definitely go ahead and stack these the same. Totally recommend that. Everything else here is pretty much the same. Dead zone inputs is the biggest one. I went to 0 and I don't have any type of issue here. I do have a little bit of stick drift when I turn it on and I move the left stick. Let me plug my controller back in. So I do have a little bit of stick drift. So you can see I do have some modules coming in the mail soon. But the left stick, you can see I have a little bit of there, but it doesn't significant enough to where it impacts me in game. So I'll show you an example right here real quick before we keep going. So if I, wait, am I mouse and key right now? I am. Let's see. Controller. All right. So if I look down, I don't have any movement. I move my left stick. If the stick drift was activating and messing, then I would be doing this right now. But when I move it around, I stand still. There's no movement. So that's how I know that I can run 0. So that's something you could test on your end too, to make sure you are able to run 0. Let's go back down. Oops, sorry, move the controller. So I am running 0 here. Okay, even though it shows that I have a little bit of stick drift. So what is going on? There we go. All right, so left stick max, I'm at 80. Some people go a little bit lower than that, but I like 80. It feels really comfortable for me. Right stick minimum, I'm at 3. My last settings, I did recommend to go up, and I was like at 8, 9. After this update, I feel like the dead zones are a little bit different, and it feels a little bit better back to kind of like how it was. So I would recommend going down and find a value that works best for you. 3 felt really good with what I'm using. So purple precision ring, keep that in mind, but the lower you can go, the better. That wasn't the case before because the aiming was just horrible. I don't know what went wrong, but now I feel like this adjustment that they've done for Season 1 Reloaded addressed those issues that I was experiencing. All right, so aiming sensitivity multiplier, you can copy that down. Advanced aiming, gradual works really well with linear. So this is my experience. It may not be the same for everyone, but this is how I feel. Linear feels really good. Dynamic feels just as good. Linear now in the update at 0.17 feels like perfect to where I need my aim, and it feels really good using it with gradual. I tried it with instant. I played a lot of games, and I noticed that going from my horizontal to my ADS, and my ADS is quite a bit slower. Here's my ADS. I was having a lot of issues, and being able, when I ADS, it was just a little bit slower. When people were getting a little bit closer to ADS, it was slow down like drastically to what my movement was, because my movement's 1.65. So if you're gonna run linear, run gradual. If you're gonna run dynamic, I honestly recommend run instant. The reason why is because on dynamic, it starts slower and then it goes faster. If you're running dynamic with gradual, it's going to start even slower, and like after your ADS, it just feels clunky. It makes it feel real clunky, real muddy, real like slow, and I don't like that. So if anything, with dynamic, I recommend instant. It felt a lot better to me, and then put this at 1.00. Okay, but try linear at 0.17. If you're running exactly what I'm running, the purple precision ring with an extended grip, this feels really good to me. gradual with linear at 0.17, and this is my ADS. Low zooms 2 to 3 zooms 0.85, 0.85. High zooms I still keep it a little normal 1.00, just because those high zooms is just a little bit different when you're aiming. You're gonna want a higher value. Okay, so those are the settings that I'm using within Season 1 Reloaded. I know this video wasn't too extensive, but hopefully this, oh, I'm not done. Let's keep going. Movement, tactical, sprint, assist. So make sure you have all this on 0. And honestly, this is all the same. This is a big one. Some people like it on, some people like it off. I like it on in certain scenarios. I feel like it benefits, but if it bugs you and you don't like it, then definitely turn it off. Hybrids is the one I use. I recommend hybrid. You're gonna feel a lot more fluent. Tap to slide is okay. Slide only is okay, but you're gonna feel way more fluent around the map if you get used to hybrid. Get used to it. I recommend it. Everything else here is the same. I didn't change anything there. Go to combat, 1 by 1, apply all. Advanced combat. This is another big one. Sprint cancels reload. Make sure that's off. So that way you don't feel slow when you're trying to reload and run at the same time. You can still run. Overlay advanced settings, here's that, and that's pretty much it. Those are all the settings. These tabs is pretty much still the same, didn't change nothing there. It's just the aiming took a big turn, a big difference. All right, so if this helps you out, let me know in the comments, and be sure to share with someone. That way you can help your friends out and they can get their settings right. All right, y'all, I'll catch y'all on my next live. Peace.